Welcome to Action Sports on ZSA Television, another collaboration with the Leeward Islands Cricket Board and the Leeward Islands Hurricanes, a series preparing ourselves for the new start of the Digicel 4-day 2017-2018 season. I have with me the president of the Leeward Islands Cricket Board, Mr. Enoch, himself a former first-class player, who have played some 42 first-class games, scored 4 centuries, including his high score of 158. So he does know something about cricket and talks about cricket. Mr. President, welcome to St. Kitts and Nevis.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Talk to us about your tenure so far as president of the Leeward Islands Cricket Board.
Well, first, let me just say, thank you for the opportunity to address the people of St. Kitts and, by extension, the people of the Leeward Islands on cricket, everything cricket in the Leeward Islands. There have been challenges, but there have also been rewards. We have made progress since we got there. We know we're regionally small, and so also we are faced with some financial hurdles, and so we're overcoming those, day by day, and we are making progress. As it currently stands, as you might be aware, we are going into this season, at the start of this season, with 5 of our most senior players absent, 2 with the senior West Indies team and 3 with the A team, which is a plus because previously we had none. So we're making some progress in this regard. Having said that, though, I met with the players on the weekend and I just told them that is no excuse. We have to continue to build the brand, and so the persons that come in have been provided with an opportunity to progress exactly what we have been doing and over the past 2-3 years.
Now, Cricket West Indies has embarked on a major project. We've been crying out in the Caribbean that we're not playing enough cricket. Now we have a professional setup. The Leeward Island Hurricane is based in St. Kitts and Nevis. The relationship with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is one that I know that I want you to talk about, and also the relationship of the government of Antigua and Barbuda, because without those governments, maybe at this point there might be no Leeward's cricket.
Right, and you're absolutely correct, because I started by saying that we do have some financial hurdles and challenges that we have to deal with, and in the absence of in-kind support, mostly in-kind support from these governments, we would not be where we are. We talk about, providing facilities and in the case of Antigua, accommodation, and for all players. And so, in some cases we get exemption of duties, or in most cases we get exemption of duties and that kind of stuff. So the governments have been really kind, and I want to use the opportunity to say, thank you to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, and thank you to the government of Antigua and Barbuda for the support that they've provided over the years. And we look forward to strengthening that relationship that we are building, and with the aim of ensuring that the Leewards become, among the best cricketing territories in the game in the Caribbean, and we can take what I believe is our rightful place at the head of the table as it relates to Caribbean cricket.
Now, at the youth level, we had some huge success under your tenure so far this year. Major improvement, the under 15 placed second under coach Steve Libert and manager Jeff Lane. Under 17 came up third, between third and fourth. Under 19 had some remarkable performance. So at least we know something is happening there. The women's cricket is a new program for us. So that's something which we are still working on, and we will get the systems in place. How pleased are you with what is happening at the youth base?
We're making progress, and I'm pleased with the progress that is being made. But of course, just like anything else, we can do better. I know we can do better, but I'm pleased so far with the progress that we are making in all aspects of our game. As you mentioned, I listened to an interview out of Barbados, and the captain of the Barbados under 15 was asked which was the most challenging team that he met, and I was pleased to hear that he said the Leeward Islands. Unlike Barbados and Trinidad and Jamaica, we were only able to get them together for a very short period of time because of financial constraints. But yet, they merged, they meshed together as a team, and they put out good performances. We are as a territory, a microcosm of the West Indies Cricket Board, where we have 8 territories that we are dealing with, and we move. For argument's sake, I'm in St. Kitts now, and I'm here to speak with the players. And for me to do that in my capacity as president, I had to take a flight and arrange for accommodation and ground transport and all of that. In Barbados, the guy drives down from where he is to see the players, and he can do so every day. Whereas I'm limited in terms of meeting with the players, and that is to a disadvantage. But I started by saying there are no excuses. We're not accepting any excuses. So we're going to overcome the hurdles as they come. We know that they're put there for a reason, but we're going to get around the hurdles, and we have a goal in mind of being the best team in the Caribbean, in the West Indies. And we're going to overcome those hurdles. We're going to find ways to overcome the hurdles so we achieve our ultimate objective of being the best team in the Caribbean. Let me just add that today, October 23rd, the team departed for Grenada, our first match in the 4-day tournament. And of course, like I mentioned, the team is without 5 of our best players, or better players, because they're serving West Indies. But we have found replacement, and we consider adequate replacement, and so the opportunity is provided for further exposure for these players, which we are pleased about, because it means then at the end of the day that we're going to have more players exposed to first-class cricket and a wider pool of players from which to select our team.
Now, it's important that you talk about that, players, because we looking to build a brand. We want to be the best franchise in the West Indies, and we've got a goal setting towards that. And so for the new season, we've brought in someone like a Mervyn Matthew, who from the Windward Islands. Last season in the Super 50, we got to the semi-final. We brought Kevin Cooper. I know you as president, everybody was saying, well, Mr. Lewis, why don't we just play all of these players from the leewards? But explain the franchise system, because I don't think a lot of people still understand that we're talking about franchise cricket. We have Hayden Walsh, who's playing now for the Barbados team. He was with us last year. So what we need to do is to create in the Leeward Islands a structure of players who can be able to export also out to some of these franchises.
Right, and even more than players, we want to develop officials as well, umpires, analysts, scorers, that we can take around the region. We want to be able to export them. But just going back to the franchise system, at the end of the day, our first priority is to try and find Leeward Island players for all the slots, except 2, because the procedure, the policy dictates that we select at least 2 players from outside our territory to join our team. It says a minimum of 2 players, which means we can select more. We have gone a minimum to the minimum, and we have 2, right? Because we have allocated spots for persons within the Leeward Islands so that they can develop. But at the same time, I want everybody to understand that we're not going to tolerate mediocrity. And so we're not going to pick 12 guys or 13 guys from Antigua and St. Kitts and Nevis, from the territory and Montserrat, just because they reside here. We are going to select guys that we figure that give us an opportunity to become the best franchise and to win in the tournaments that are put on by CWI, because Cricket West Indies. So the players, I've indicated that to the players in no uncertain terms, that I'm looking at you first, but the opportunity that you are given, you need to grasp it by performing at the highest level, so that we shut out anybody else coming in from say extra regionally, somebody coming from one of the other territories to join our team. But if we have it in-house, we will not import it.
Now, Pez, we have a major announcement which, for the Hurricane fans, with the team being based in St. Kitts and Nevis, because of the hurricane situation in Antigua and Barbuda, originally we would have had 2 games scheduled for the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. You want to address that?
Yes, I want to. because we've been trying to work around it, and everybody, I believe now, not only in the territory but in the Caribbean, knows that we had a situation where Barbuda was negatively impacted by the hurricane, to the extent that there was the population, the entire population of Barbuda was moved to Antigua. Part of that population is housed at the stadium, Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in Antigua. And with that, it's now become a challenge in hosting the games, because we're not able to put the teams in the same facility. That's the state that are housing the persons from Barbuda. And so we are making a move now to relocate those games to St. Kitts. We're told that by January 1st or so, there will be better indication as to when we can host, if we can host regional matches at Antigua. But the idea was for our players to get familiar with the two facilities. So when they get to the next level, they're already familiar. Not if they get, but when they get to the next level, they're familiar with these grounds, having played in both of our facilities over the years. And so that was part of it. But that is happening, and we hopefully that we're in a position to return to the Sir Vivian Richards ground to host games over the next short while.
So St. Kitts and Nevis, look out. The Hurricanes will be playing all of its home games at the Warner Park Cricket Stadium in St. Kitts and Nevis. And we want to salute our major sponsors so far in the Sunny Water, Powerade, Surrey Paving, Sugar Bay, all of the folks who have come on board. And we want to make sure that you come on out and support Leeward Islands Cricket. Support the St. Kitts Cricket Association as we go on a campaign to make sure that we become the best franchise.